Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Jason. I'm a channeler and I'm here for a daily dose of hope, day 131, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, day 131. And the daily dose of hope is just that. Um, I was guided to come on to give a daily dose of hope because, as you probably have noticed already, that the energies on our planet are starting to increase. And as they do, things are starting to get wackier and wackier. So yeah, and so that's what I'm coming on to do to help everyone so that they don't become too paralyzed. Sorry, paralyzed is not the word, but it is a good word. Polarized. But when you do become polarized, you become paralyzed. And so yeah, so I'm coming on to help with that because yeah, everything that is coming out now can be quite shocking, and it's just going to start increasing as the energies start to increase, and so it's just really good to always hold the neutral point in between. And so speaking of this, before I begin, a pocket of peace has, sorry, a daily dose of hope has three parts. The first part is a little talk, and then a channeling, and then finally there is a guided meditation called a pocket of peace. So nice to meet you, and nice to see you all again. So now to the talking part. Before I begin the talking part, while I begin the talking part, I'm just going to make sure that it's working over on the. Oh, it looks like it's working. Yep. Okay. What I'd like to talk about first is, well, two things today. One is this dream I had last night. Um, I have this old friend who received a Christmas gift from Yoko Ono. He received like a sweater from Yoko Ono, and it was like an $800 sweater. And so he appeared in my dream, and I haven't seen this guy for how long now? About 30 years or so. I haven't seen this person, but all of a sudden they just appeared in my dream, and I somehow then he appeared. I was living in this kind of shared housing, this kind of commune, sort of not a commune, but just shared housing. We all lived in this one house, shared house. And I was telling everyone, I was bragging. I was like, when Yoko Ono goes on tour, I tour with her. I play the toy piano. And I was wondering, it's like, why am I saying this? It's an outright lie. Of course I've never done that. I don't, but for some reason in the dream, I felt like I had to tell everyone that, I I tour with Yoko Ono and I play the toy piano in her band. And after I said it, I'm like, oh no, now what do I do? Because now I have to tell them all that. Of course, I don't play it with. Anyway, that was my dream, and so it was very, and that was one of the very few dreams last night. Last night I could not sleep at all, which is very rare for me. I sleep. I'm a good sleeper. Usually, I'm a very good sleeper, but recently, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the energies, maybe it's something else, but just not sleeping. And usually, even if I can't sleep, it's kind of a fitful sleep. But last night was I just stayed in bed most of the night, just staring at the ceiling, thinking, when am I going to sleep? And then, first dream I have, I'm like lying about playing with Yoko Ono band, and not good stuff, right? Anyway, I wanted to share that. And then the other thing I wanted to share was that about kind of holding the light and sometimes failing. So today I was on a really crowded bus, and this bus that I was on is one of those buses where it's kind of there's a lot of young people that ride, not very young, but like in their 20s or something, and they don't have any sense of letting people off. It's just like a free for all. Like it's the first person up, and then you just have to kind of rush. And even if you're kind of standing up, you're like, "Oh, I'm about to leave." No one will. There's no right of way. It's just like everyone for themselves. And for me, that always bothers me because that's not how I was brought up. And I just so I always get a little bit upset about that. So I kind of like take my bag and kind of put it out so that I'm kind of like I place my way so that I can stand up and go out, rather than waiting until like everyone's gone, because most of the people are just judging the time. You're like, oh, and then they just shoot out. And usually I'm fine with that, but for some reason today, since I didn't sleep very much and I was, telling people that I played with Yoko Ono's band, I guess I wasn't in the right mind, and I just I felt, and this is something that probably no one would notice, but only me. But it's important because it's me. I did it, and I feel bad that I kind of got too caught up with the whole idea. I create this rule in my mind. So, Michael, you say that would totally bother me too. Yeah, it bothers me, but it's just the nature of that bus, or it's there's nothing I can do about it. And me getting upset about it is just me kind of not realizing that for example, these people, they never, like the people that are on the bus, they never, no one ever told them that, you kind of let people go, you give the right of way. If someone's standing up, you don't just kind of like push past them and try to ignore them. um, I mean, unless of course you're in a crazy rush, which very few people were in. But but for me, and this has always been like my thing, like dealing with this thing, and I kind of, what's the word? I'm kind of sometimes dealing with it well, and sometimes not. And today I didn't deal with it well. Um, so this woman was kind of getting off, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get off too. And so I put my bag out, and this woman just kind of pushed the bag away and just went out. And I was very, like, I wasn't upset, but just still, like, the fact that it even bothered me just a tiny little bit took me away from my peace. Was just like, and then, because once you're taken away from your peace, then you can be taken further and further away from your peace, and then that just builds. It's like a snowball falling down the hill. And so it took me a few minutes to kind of recover, and then I thought, whoa, what am I doing, and but when I recovered, what I finally realized, well, first of all, what I realized is probably no one realized what was going on. It's probably going on all in my head, which is fine. But what I realized is that I'm creating these rules. So, like, these rules are the rules that I was brought up with, that you kind of, there's a right of way, just let people go. I mean, even in New York City, like, people just let you go. There's, oh yeah, it's cool, go ahead. But like in the trains here, it doesn't happen that way. It's just like people become different. I don't know what happens. They lose their humanity. Um, and it's just the culture. It's not nothing, like, it's not a negative thing or a positive thing, but when I view it as a negative thing, that shows that I am imposing rules on this structure that aren't a part of the rules. Jeremiah Moonpillow. Michael, you say Jeremiah Moonpillow would have shouted, "Hey, I'm walking here." Yeah, he probably would have. Yeah. And that would have solved the whole situation. Not that anyone would have understood what I was talking about, but still, it would be fun for me. But yeah, so, and that's the whole thing. Just realizing, like, oh, when you impose certain rules on situations that, there really isn't a rule. It's just that's the rule that everyone plays by. And so, you know, you either get upset by it or just understand that and just let it be what it needs to be. So that's what I realized. And I felt like such a hypocrite, though. It's like, yeah, here we're doing these pocket of pieces and all this stuff, and then I'm getting upset about, like, people cutting me off on the bus. So just, yeah, I had to share that. I think it's important to share that. Because yeah, just I'm usually pretty good with keeping my peace and keeping understanding that, but sometimes it just knocks you off. And what I realized, though, about it was that, yeah, it's like a snowball running down a hill, because it can really, if you don't catch it in time, it can just keep, you know barreling out and out and out and out. And that's what I realized. So anyway, that's my confession of the day. I got I got upset with people cutting me off. Uh, but yeah. I think that was something that I learned from the Course in Miracles as well, that I was kind of imposing a certain structure on this. I'm imposing rules where there are no rules. It's just, it is what it is. It's something that I see in front of me. TTT Tracy say Americans are mostly polite. A Christian upbringing makes it easy to take advantage. Yeah, yeah. And I guess it's just but I've lived here for half my life, so I should already know. But I guess sometimes I forget, and you have these, like, ingrained things that, you know, people should be like this. No one should push you on the train. They should, you should, say excuse me, but but that's not the rule, you know. And so if I'm just imposing my own rules, I'm creating my own stress, you know, because it's like no one else is really stressed out about it. They're just that's the way it is, you know. Michael, you say you're allowed to have a moment. Thanks, Michael. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to say that because I just felt bad and how, like, just the whole idea of how not sleeping enough can really affect you so much. How important it is, right? Especially in these times, right? So, anyway, that's my story for today. I'd like to do a channeling and see who comes through. And yeah, we'll just, yeah, see who comes through. Here we go. I'm going to take a bit of tea here. So here we are. Daily Dose of Hope, day 131, July 9th, 2024. All right. So yeah, I'd like to just, yeah, ask, um, maybe they can expand on this and explain something and help us out with this idea or anything else they'd like to share. Here we go. Hmm. Greetings. We are that one that you know of as Esmeralda, and we are what you know of as a mermaid, although we do not call ourselves a mermaid. We are water beings, as you are water beings, and we exist on this planet as well as another planet. What we would like to come through today to talk about is to talk about this idea with the increasing frequencies on your planet. When these frequencies will start to increase, and you will notice there will be physical. Well, the word would not be repercussions, but there will be physical representations of the energy. And one of those representations will be things such as losing sleep. Because the frequency and the vibrancy of the energy that is reaching the planet at this moment, it will affect your sleep patterns. It will also affect how you interact with the world and with people. And you might find yourself a bit short tempered at times because your body is going through an intense transition at this moment. You are going through a transition within your human body, which is quite a revolutionary thing that you are all doing. We'd like to bring your attention to that idea that how revolutionary this is, that you are using this body and you are transitioning within this body. You are not leaving this planet to transition into another body. You are transitioning your body with the help of the earth and, of course, with the help of the universe. And this is a beautiful and wonderful thing. And it is not an easy feat. This is a very complicated feat that you are all attempting to do. You are attempting to change your carbon body into a crystalline body. We applaud all of you. What amazing beings you are, that you have come down here in this time and understand that you are amazing beings to have come down here in this time, because not many beings first would choose to, and second would be able to, and those both are associated with each other, because only those who are able to will be able to choose to come down here anyway. But that is what we would say to all of you, that that is what is happening on your planet. And so expect that things are going to, as this being says, start to get a bit wacky for all of you in many different ways. But understand that this is just the part of the process. And also understand that there really is not a blueprint for this. You are the pioneers. You are starting this. You're the ones that are creating the blueprint. And so, what we would say to all of you is to not be so hard on yourselves. It's okay. You can make mistakes. That's fine. That's why you're here. You're here to have these experiences. You're here to understand all of the different experiences. And especially now, since you're going through these transitions, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. What we would say, and we would reinforce what this being is saying, is that the most important thing is to catch yourself. Just to catch yourself. Ah, yes, I'm not in alignment at this moment. So be able to catch yourself. Take a step back and say, I'm not in alignment. And then just put yourself back in alignment. There is no judgment. There's no judgment from above. There's no judgment from below. There's no judgment from the sides. There's only you having your amazing experiences on this planet, creating the blueprint. You are the trailblazers. You are the ones that are doing this, the first ones that are ever doing this in the history of this planet. And what we might say is in most of the galaxy as well, to be able to do this within your physical body. What a beautiful thing that you're all doing. And you're not using this technology. You're not using any of this technology. You're not cheating, you would say. You are using your physical body to change into something so much more amazing. And so that is what we would say to you today, to just understand that these are some difficult times, not only on the outside but also on the inside, not only emotionally but also physically. And this will, of course, disrupt your sleep patterns as well. You'll find, though, that as this progresses more and more, there will be not as much need for sleep, because the connection, the necessity for sleep from before was because of your carbon-based body, and then you being a spirit of love coming down into this body. It was a pressure valve, and it was a pressure valve to help you to take off some of the pressure of coming down here into this body. But as you start to rise more and more, as your dimension and frequency rises, there'll be less need of that, because you will be able to express more of your spiritual self in this physical body, as it will be created more crystalline. And that is the process that you're going through. So we would say to expect a little bit less sleep as the time progresses more and more. And just don't be too hard on yourself. We are that one that you know of as Esmeralda. Hmm. All right. Ooh, feeling like something on the back of my head here. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Yes, so let's see. TTT Tracy says everyone needs extra minerals for this. Yeah, I take a lot of what's the stuff that they use to make tofu, which is I think the word for it would be desalinized seawater. So they take seawater and they basically take all the salt out of it, and then you're just left with the all the minerals from the water. And there's a lot of magnesium in it. So I take that. I just put it in my thermos in the morning, and I just put a whole bunch of water in it and just drink it. It's really good. Electrolytes and yeah. Oops. So I feel really exposed right now. But anyway, I'm gonna go into a pocket of peace. And this pocket of peace is for me to stop lying about playing toy piano with Yoko Ono's band. No, that's not what this is about. This pocket of peace is for us to have have a more, what's the word, gradual process. So I guess to help us with this process. And so yeah, here we go. And TTT Tracy says, getting ready for the big day birthday. Yeah, my birthday's tomorrow. Woohoo! Hawaii, but it's not the Hawaii 50. Hawaii 49. Yeah. So here we go. Michael, you say it's okay. I've been working through similar triggers. Well, thank you. Thank you for, thanks. Yeah. It's, you don't feel so good about yourself when, but it is what it is, right? And we have to be, I guess, not to be so hard on ourselves, and understand that these triggers are there to help us to learn. So to think of them as learning experiences. Yeah. So let's go into it. Here we go. So I got my big G bowl today. Here we go. All right. So I'd like all of you to imagine that you're surrounded by the mist of unconditional love, and this love surrounds you, and it just loves you wherever you are, however you are, whatever you've done, whatever you've thought. And it just loves you unconditionally because it sees who you truly are. It sees the love that you are. And this love uh, doesn't ask for you to say anything or to do anything or to be anything for that matter, or to worry about anything or to regret anything. It just loves you. It just loves you as you are. You are perfect. You're beautiful as you are. And there's nothing to worry about. And just feel like this love expanding throughout your body. You're loved. You're protected. You're perfect. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to regret. And then just expand that out into the room or the space that you're in. The whole space is just surrounded by this just love, unconditional love. You're okay. You're okay. You're right here in this moment, and this is the moment of love. You're not in the past. You're not in the future. You're right here. And that is where love exists, right here. And then just expand that energy out. Yeah, expand it out. Okay, out into the whole country that you're in, and then into the whole world. So the whole world is just surrounded by love, just this beautiful love. It's just wonderful. And everyone's just stopping what they're doing and saying, yeah, I feel it. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful thing. I'm loved and I'm protected and I'm at home. I feel like I'm at home. Yeah, everything's okay now. Yeah. I feel relaxed. I feel perfect. There's nothing that I have to do or say or nowhere I have to go, nothing I have to regret, nothing I have to worry about. Yeah. So just feel this love, connect with this love, and feel that everyone else in the world is just connecting with this energy of love. Whew. Yeah. And then I'd like you to add an extra dimension to this. And this extra dimension is the extra dimension that all of these changes that everyone is going through, that we're all going through, that we go through them gracefully with love. And that whenever we fall a little bit off path, we just get back in and say, oh, whoops, I strayed off the path a bit. But now I'm back. I'm back in love. I'm back in the place of love. I'm back in the place of making love. I'm made of love for love. And this is lovely. And yeah. So let's just use this pocket of peace and imagine everyone that's fallen off a little bit of the path. Maybe they're going down, snowballing down. They just stop for a second and say, oh no, I'm okay. I'm back. I'm back in love. I'm back. Making love, for love, to love. Yeah. And just imagine everyone around the world, they're just feeling this, or if they're not ready to feel it, they can just pull it down. They'll feel it in the air somewhere. It'll just come out. And they'll just say, yeah, I feel good. It's okay. It's all okay now. It's all okay. Everything is forgiven. Everything is love. You are blessed. You're one. And you're wonderful. And then just you guys can use this pocket of peace whenever you need it. It's up there now. We put it up in the mass consciousness. So if anyone needs it, their guides can draw it down for them, or they can draw it down, or you can just create it. If you need it, if you fall off the path, just remember, oh yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Back in love. Back making love. I fell off the path for a second, but now I'm back. I'm back in peace again. Yeah. All right, guys. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you're hopeful. I think I'm a little bit more hopeful. And yeah. So let's see. Let's see if this is still working here. It'd be like this. Ooh. And you're wonderful. Okay, so yeah, it worked. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you very much for listening in. I hope you're all hopeful, and I hopefully will see you guys tomorrow. TTT Tracy, you say, thanks, team leader Jason. Yes, we can do this. Get back on the path. Michael, say, hope you have a good sleep. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Yeah. I hope you guys are hopeful, and I hope this is helpful. And yeah. Michael, you say happy birthday for tomorrow. Thanks. Cheers. Cheers. Woohoo. I was really built up for the whole year. I was thinking I was going to turn the big 50. So it's kind of like, yeah, 49. It's, which is good. Um, but anyway, guys, so thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow if all works well. So ciao for now.